Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Wilhelm Scream, and welcome back to the channel for more Destiny 2 news and intel. And in today's video, I have a new Bento token farm glitch to share with you. This will allow you to get 3 times the Bento tokens than you would normally, so very beneficial for anybody who's trying to farm out the Past is Prologue Event, or Bento Token Event, if that's what you'd like to refer to it as. As I've said in previous videos, these rewards include some great Adept Weapons, Artifice Armor, endgame materials, Spoils of Conquest, and of course the returning from D1 Chatterwhite Shader. Now, there is some new information regarding the Chatterwhite Shader and when you'll actually be able to pick it up, but this glitch, as I said, really primarily focuses on getting some of those endgame rewards or Adept Weapons or maybe even Artifice Armor. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and turn on the bell to post notifications so you never miss out on any future Destiny 2 content like this. You can also follow me on Instagram. It'll be linked in the description box down below. Remember, any of those things I just mentioned will also enter you into any future giveaways on this YouTube channel, and we do one every 1,000 subscribers, so you never want to miss out. When we reach 100,000 subscribers on the channel, we'll be giving away an Xbox Series, or a new PlayStation, or a video card if you play on PC. You can also stick around till the end of the video for the secret hashtag, or today I'm actually going to have a secret question to ask the audience. You can leave the hashtag or the answer to the question in the comments section down below for another entry into the next giveaway for this video. And remember, I do a secret hashtag or a question on all videos, so if you haven't done this on a previous piece of content on this channel, you can always go back, check out another video, and of course, do it again. So as you saw in the beginning of this video, once you have completed all the Bento token missions, at least the ones that are available, you will have won the Stuff of Legends that will award you 2 Bento tokens. Now, once you've completed this and turned in for your Bento tokens at Eris Morn, you then want to simply swap characters. You don't have to necessarily complete any of the other Bento token quests yet. You just want to change characters. This is a very easy glitch to do. Once you change characters to one of your other characters, please don't go after me too much in the comment section about my hunter. I know his power is very low, but hey, I haven't played him in a bit. But I will show you 2 ways that you can do this. One will not award you extra Bento tokens. The other one will, as I kind of made a mistake on one of my characters, but was able to make up for it actually on the hunter, funny enough. So I swapped over to my Titan, and you're then going to load back into the tower and head over to the Drifter to pick up the Stuff of Legends quest again. Now, it's important to note that when you go to the Drifter and you go into the menu where you will pick up the missions, the Bento token missions, you will see 2 rows. One will award you the actual Bento token, and the other will actually just give you the quest again. So this is an important thing to note, because if you do it wrong, you will not get extra Bento tokens. So as you can see, when I loaded into the tower, I headed up to the Drifter. You acquire the Packed Lunch quest. You don't actually have to do this. You can just head to the Past is Prologue task menu. And as you can see, there's the 2 rows. Same missions. But when I pick up the Stuff of Legends mission here, I do not get a extra Bento token. That was unfortunate. So I figured I'd try it again on my hunter. So now I swapped over to my hunter, went back to the tower, talked to the Drifter, but this time I'm going to pick up the bottom row first. And when you notice, or what you will notice, that when I pick up the Stuff of Legends mission that way versus the top row, I am awarded another Bento token. So you can do this on extra characters once you've completed the Stuff of Legend on one character, and you will get 2 extra Bento tokens. So that will award you 6. So you can get more of those endgame rewards or the passive prologue awards, the Adept Weapons, Artifice Armor, which I've heard some comments, people saying that because armor is going to be reworked, Artifice Armor is essentially irrelevant. That is not true. The armor will be reallocated. So if you are wearing a piece of Artifice Armor, it will get reworked, but the overall stats are still going to stay the same. So it's still going to be a very relevant piece of armor. It might just, instead of having, 5 stat points in strength, those might be moved out, or I can't remember exactly which stats are being reallocated, but any stat that's in one of the ones that is being removed will just be pushed into the ones that are staying. So just keep that in mind. You can also get Spoils of Conquest, which I think are in short supply for most solo players. And I would encourage picking that up because you can get 25, I believe. The grenade launcher is probably the best adept weapon available. The fusion rifle is also a really good one that never really leaves my side, the Riptide, with Chill Clip, which is absolutely great in endgame PvE content, as well as legendary lost sectors and stuff like that, dungeons, of course. And a little bit of information on the Chatterwhite Shader. So, apparently, even if you do this glitch, the Chatterwhite will unfortunately not be available yet. So, you'll have to wait until Friday at Xur. Of course, I do a Friday Xur video, so I'm sure we'll be covering this in more detail once Xur arrives. But there should be another mission from this event that you can pick up from Xur, and that will allow you to get the Chatterwhite Shader so long as you've already completed the other 4 missions. So make sure to complete those missions before Friday. That way you can continue. Apparently there's also going to be more of those kind of things. So there will be eventually 8 tokens that you can spend total. So we currently have the 4 missions with the 5 Bento tokens. If you do this glitch, you will have 7 Bento tokens if you do it correctly. And apparently there will be up to 8, so that would be another 3. So if you do this glitch properly, you'll be able to get 10 Bento tokens in total. So that's 10 of the rewards from Eris Morn for the Past is Prologue mission. Or event, excuse me. And that is going to conclude almost all the information in today's video. The last thing I wanted to talk about really doesn't pertain specifically to this event, but more some of the weekly activities. On my last video, I talked about how much I really disliked the Luminality strike, and it seems like most people agreed with me, which thank you very much, because as I've said many times, I really don't understand why strikes have sort of become more battleground oriented. I think battlegrounds needed to move more towards where strikes were early on in the game. I always love when we get the strikes from, like Devil's Lair, things on the Cosmodrome. I love all those strikes. I even like the stuff that was up until the Shattered Throne, or the Witch Queen expansion, excuse me. But once Battlegrounds sort of moved into the Vanguard playlist and became part of Strikes, and we got GM Battlegrounds, I really have disliked where things have gone as far as that's concerned. I feel like Strikes are really just Battlegrounds now, and ones that were reprised, so strikes that have been retrofitted, so to speak, are also feeling more like Battlegrounds. And I'm curious if this is something that people have noticed and agree that it's a bad decision and wish we kind of moved back towards traditional strikes where they weren't necessarily that long. You could kind of get through them quick, but the enemies as far as the actual bosses were the things that made it the most difficult, not having to fight through huge waves of enemies with tons of champions like in some of the battlegrounds, where the bosses are actually not the most difficult spot sometimes. It's usually getting to the boss, and it can take a long time. It just feels like they're really, really long. And in the case of Luminality, you have a case where the actual strike feels really, really long, and the boss is very, very annoying. And it's not a traditional boss in that it roams around. I thought the fact that they put lava around the edge of the map during certain parts of the encounter with the boss was also kind of annoying. I'm just curious to hear a little bit more feedback on this and what you think they should do with strikes moving forward. Also, I wanted to talk briefly, maybe in another video, but would ask this question as well, how people feel about exotic missions versus dungeons, and whether or not they're sort of so closely related, what the differences are, that they don't really matter that much in calling it one or the other. I do feel as though there are certain exotic missions that definitely don't feel like dungeons, but I also feel as though exotic missions have begun to feel a lot more like dungeons. And, you know, how this plays in with group players versus solo players, I'm just curious to hear your feedback. And that is really all the information. Again, that really wasn't information. There was more questions for the audience for this video. If you've watched till this point in the video, I also have, as I said in the beginning, a secret question. And this is something I was talking about with a group I was playing with the other day. And I was trying to remember what this actual mission or quest was for. There was a time long ago when Gambit was first released where there was a quest, I want to say it was a multi-part quest for a hand cannon that required you to get invader kills in Gambit. Now, interestingly enough, I don't believe this weapon was specifically a Gambit-related weapon. I think this was just a part of the quest in order to get said hand cannon. I'm curious if people know what the hand cannon was and what the quest or mission was. I can't remember. I had my suspicions, but after thinking about it again and talking with those who I mentioned this to, they didn't think that that sounded correct. But I'm curious if people agree with what I think it was. I'm not going to say what I think it was, but I'd also love to hear from you guys in the comment section down below. Any of the feedback I've asked for or the answer to that question. Or, of course, if you've watched till this point in the video, you can leave a hashtag #TheFinalShape or a hashtag the Bento Token Event or hashtag Past is Prologue or a hashtag Revenant. Any of those things in the comments. Hashtag Bento Token in the comment section down below. We'll give you another entry into the next giveaway for this video. And that's it. I'm Wilhelm Scream. Thanks so much for watching, as always. And of course, we will see you next time.